Those who are connected to the meeting today from to Teams meeting, just tell me whether you could whether you can see this screen now. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
And it's topic number 3, operation strategy. Hope you can see the front slide there. Can you?
Yes, sir.
Great. We started to talk about this topic the other day. Something I think, right? And let's stop and let's start from the place we stopped there and go to the other topic. Good afternoon, all of you. So, good afternoon. So, good afternoon. Third session on operations management, I guess. This is the third session. And after the introduction, we steadily want to talk about operation strategy. That we, I think, almost come to the end. Did we complete that part? Did we complete that topic the other day? Almost the last slide. Probably in 5-10 minutes time, we will be able to conclude it and move to the next topic. So quickly go through the lecture materials, and if you have gone through them at home, you may have identified some questions based on this topic also. So this is the time we will have 5-10 minutes time to quickly discuss about questions coming from this topic, operation strategy. Do you have any questions coming from this topic, operation strategy? Anyway, there are 3 questions in the final paper, so that go through the lecture material now itself. Questions in the final paper will be asked by myself. Now you can ask questions for me and then get ready for the final paper. Those are connected to the meeting from Teams or through Teams. Is the area clear? There can be some individuals here who were not there the other day, right? What did we discuss at the topic? Operation strategy. And that is the long-term plan for the operations department, aligning with the long-term plan for the business, for the operations function of the business. That is responsible for producing products. That is responsible for managing operations to create and deliver services. So they should also have a long-term plan. We call it an operational strategy that has gained a lot of popularity in the business management during the last 2 to 3 decades, up to 1980s onwards. So now we believe for manufacturing organizations, services, they need to have a long-term strategy for the operations function also. That is aligning with the business strategy. So what did we discuss the other day under this topic? Hope you remember when long-term plan for the operations department is set. What are the different factors to consider? What are the different approaches that we can use that we discussed, right? Do you remember we identified 4 different perspectives on operation strategy? Right. Hello? 4 different perspectives. Namely, top-down perspective, market requirements perspective, bottom-up perspective also, and prior to that, operations resource perspective. So you should be able to describe them in the final paper, that is for the example. But as students who are completing this degree program and completing this topic, you should have an idea, okay, how mid-level managers, senior level managers should formulate a long-term plan for operations, for the operations function, and for that, the process and the factors to consider, different angles to consider. Won't be able to repeat everything, but if you ask some questions, I will be able to give you more details. Top-down market requirements, operations resource perspective, and then the bottom-up perspective. Okay. So in the same manner, organizations can formulate their strategies following these different approaches or combining them. By looking at your faces, my gut feeling is that you are not so comfortable with that, with the content, but if you are comfortable with it, that's really good. Am I wrong or am I correct? Better we just understand something rather than just concluding the topic and move to the next topic. That will also be the same. Right? Not ready to ask questions? Let me give you one opportunity. Go through the handout, the second handout, right? Lecture materials, and you may talk to your friends also here. Formulate 2 questions. Thinking that you are going to set a paper on this topic. We're going to set a question on this paper, on this topic, operation strategy, right? Within 5 minutes time, you can talk to your friends. Develop 2 questions that you would ask from the students. Quickly. You have to write it down. You have to write down 2 questions that you would ask as question paper. I will take as questions in the final paper. I'll bring your signature sheet. Meantime, you have to create 2 questions. Those who are here, they can easily formulate 2 questions. Others, with the support of your friends, set 2 questions. Only two. Select any area of the topic. Select the questions quickly. Right. If you have done that, probably you can show that. I mean, your two questions to your friends, right? Person sitting next to you, and check whether they have written down the same thing. Right. Together, maybe two or three together can identify two main questions out of the 6 questions now they have formulated, and be ready with 2 questions. So you have to show your question to the other and select based on the importance of it. Among the 6, just take that. Identify what are the most important 2 questions. Online participants, well, we have not been able to contact you regularly, but you can also create 2 questions and contribute to this quickly, especially if you could not attend to the previous discussion. Take this as an opportunity to study the previous topic and quickly learn it. You will get 2 more minutes. Right, I hope now you may be ready with 2 questions that you think important, and that covers or that comes from the second topic, that is operational strategy. Right. Shall we have a quick round, probably for 5-10 minutes, and see whether the type of questions that you might get in the exam. Although you have prepared them now, you might get one or two of them in the exam also. Let's check whether you can answer today. You can answer it. So from where we can start? I will give the opportunity to these three. Right? So one question from you three.
The stages of contribution of operation strategy in business organization.
Okay. Describe the stages of contribution of operation strategy in business organization. Were you here the other day? Probably you were not here. Unfortunately, we could not cover that part the other day. That is the last area that we were planning to cover, but we couldn't. In fact, that is a very good question. Okay. So that also highlights the importance of operation strategy, right? Because different organizations would expect different things from the operation strategy. So there are in that sense, there are three levels that they talk about, right? So you have taken that from the last part of the handout, I guess. So we should be aware that there are three levels from lower to middle to upper, right? Three stages of contributions of operation strategy. Good question. Probably we will be able to, we need to answer that question as the last part of this topic once we complete the other question, because that we couldn't cover the other day. We'll come there. We'll give the opportunity to the others and come back. Probably from you four or you two discuss. All four. All four. What again? So tell us one question. Okay, very simple question, right? So you would allocate 2 marks for that, 5 or 10 marks. What is the relationship between business strategy and operation strategy? For business. Let me add one part for that, and one part to that question. Select an organization of your choice and describe the business strategy and the operation strategy, considering as examples. Right. So, is there a link between operation strategy and the long-term business strategy? Should there be a link? Of course, yes. What type of relationship? What is the traditional way that we understand it? So, should I discuss or can you answer? What is the relationship between organization strategy or the business strategy and the operation strategy? There is a link. Very simple. You should be able to get 5 out of 5 for that question. Okay, operation strategy in a way is one component of the business strategy. In other words, here at the operations department, operation strategy should contribute to achieve the business strategy. The plan for the business, there are operation strategy, the long plan for the operations, so then there should be a link. They should be they should be aligned together. Okay. So you might select an organization like in case of Sri Lanka, you might think of a garment factory in the MAS brandings and consider certain elements of their business strategy and how from the operation side they have aligned the operations decisions aligning with the business. That is how. Great. Can we have another question from you two or you four? Let's say describe the importance of having an operation strategy for a firm. Describe, just pose some questions from the second topic. Now we try to get the question and try to come up with answers as well. So this question would be like describe the importance of having a long-term plan for the operations department that we call operations strategy. That's a very good question and very practical. That may be adequate for your degree program. Right. For the best simple. Right. So, how can you start answering to that question? Describe the importance of having an operation strategy for this. How can you start the answer? Should we straightaway go to describe the importance? Point 4? Probably not, right? Spend 2-3 lines, maybe 2-3 sentences, initially to define what operation strategy is, right? And then the nature of it, right? How it would contribute to the business. And then specifically identify, okay, these are the specific points in your answer that shows the importance of operation strategy. Can you think of 1 or 2 answers? What is the importance of? Describe the importance of, so that we can show the point and describe it to probably 2 sentences each, so that you can get the total 10 marks. So, tell me 2 points highlight the importance of operation strategy. When we have clearly identified long-term plan, that could help us achieving the targeted competitive advantage. That's very important. So they may aim at certain competitive advantages for the operations department, and then of course for the business also, so that they will be able to realize it, achieve it. Something. Great. One more point. Why this to have? Why it is important to have? When they have a clear long-term plan suitable for the business, they can make all the other operations related decisions and thereby design the operation system for the business in the most appropriate manner. The complete task. They can make all the other operations decisions aiming at the same direction, aligning with the standard. So everyone should be able to come up with answers like that. That's enough for the right thing, right? We will I'm thinking the same way. I'll find 2 or 3 more points. So 10 points, 5 points, 10 marks. And we have one question for me. Right. Okay, differentiate the 2 terms, operations and operational, using appropriate examples. Because often what happens, not only managers, not only manager students, not only lower level managers, even senior level managers may not see the link and the relationship between these 2. What are the 2 things? Operations and operational. Operational, we basically refer to the day-to-day short-term decision making, especially involving producing products, creating and delivering services. We call them day-to-day operational activities. So many don't understand the contribution of operational work. They just consider them as the production-related activities. Operations-related activities only. Right. Whereas this other term, operations. Okay. Operations, they refer to all the value creating activities of the business. Not necessarily the day-to-day operational activities. It may include tactical as well as strategic business processes that may contribute the competitiveness of the business. So, since operations can contribute to the strategic aspect of it, we should be able to see both operational side of operations as well as the strategic side of operations. That is what we understood the other day. Don't know whether everyone is comfortable with that idea. Would you accept that as an answer for that question? That is a description. So now we need to select an example and show it, right? So what is the example you might see there? Operations and operations. Operational. Maybe just simple decisions like they have a production target for the next week, producing 3 types of products. The quantity is given, right? And then they have already assessed the material requirements. Some amount of them are there in the warehouse. So using them and then based on the raw material, the inventory they are getting, start production and completing them. Those are operational. Operational activity. Day-to-day. Short-term. That involves in producing products. Whereas operations. 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 Then it may refer to designing a new set of operations for a new product. And then identifying a better place for their new factory. Within the factory, arranging the production line, right? And then based on considering the market requirements for the product, market demand for product, setting the production capacities so that they can make sure the production would be sufficient to cater the market requirement. Take such decisions, maybe coming on operations, right? But their impacts are. So in operations management, we see operations and operational activity from levels. I think we do that in a way to answer that question. Operations and operations. Meantime, if you have some doubts, ask now because my explanations are based on the topic we can think of the other. Right. Can we have a question from you? Hello. You have a question. And it will be about please. Just the names you expect. Maybe describe it, right? Or explain 4 different perspectives on operation strategy. So answer, like answer you expect. Okay. So the question is explain 4 different perspectives on operation strategy. As the answer he is expecting, just initially to name them. Top down, market requirements, operations resources, and bottom up. And then probably each perspective should be described with 2, 3, 4 sentences. Good if you can add 1 or 2 examples of maybe how practical business world they have developed strategy based on each perspective, something like that. So we are not going to describe the answer, but answer should be like that. Explain or describe 4 different perspectives. Probably one simplified version of it would be compare and contrast top-down perspective and market requirements perspective. Not all 4 will be required to describe the 2 mentioned here and compare. That is differences that they have, because that is compare and contrast. Or top up or top down perspective and bottom up perspective. You can have two more questions, one from you go or from you. So the questions are only asked. Okay, briefly assess how to assess the performance of operations of an organization, right? Performance. That's a kind of open question that respondents can give some different answers. I can guess the answer he is expecting. What do you think? How the performance of operations, just operations or business? Hello? Operations performance. Are there any ways? Are there any measurements? Are there any criteria to assess the performance of operations? Question is not based on that. What are the criteria? What are the measurements we can use to measure the performance of operations?
Variance based on the budgeted production.
Variance. Find the ratios like various analysis. So techniques like various analysis could be as per your understanding. Okay. Well, yeah. For each operations operations targets, they may have one set KPIs, performance indicators, key performance indicators, so that based on such a firm can assess the performance. But I think that he's expecting what are those KPIs? Common KPIs probably he's asking. Is that the way? So what are the key performance indicators for operations? Okay, areas analysis actually. What else? From the strategic point of view, in the content, in fact, we did discuss about variance analysis, but in the content we might have discussed something else, and that is why he's asking that question. Any other answers? What are the other measurements, indicators? Kind of comparison compared to forecasted shipments, the number of shipments they have already completed, is that okay? Number of orders they have estimated, and then number of actual shipments they have completed. Maybe a very practical way of assessing the performance. Right? You are expecting some specific concepts, I guess. Yeah, like what? Okay. 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 The same. I'm very impressed with the question and the answer in a way that if you can, as managers at your level, especially with the experience, if you can combine your experience, business knowledge, plus the business concepts that we study, really great. That answer is a complete answer in a way. And that shows, as managers, how we should be able to assess the performance of our operations and then, of course, our business. He is highlighting at the beginning the importance of economic measurements, right? But what was the term you highlighted? Economic evaluation. So the performance of operations from economic terms like efficiency, productivity, resource utilization, process time and operating cost. So those are key indicators for, key aspects for any business to evaluate their economic performance in terms of financial terms, in terms of efficiency. Right? So that is how we can assess. Right? So that is one side of it. And I just thought for a while that he's just focusing on that, but then he's adding the other parts also. Second part, yeah, not only the operations, but other, the overall business performance that can be evaluated through techniques like business performance measures. In addition to that, right, the most popular approach for evaluating the business performance and then of course operations performance now is the triple bottom line perspective, where they highlight three main fronts that we should consider when evaluating the performance. Of course, one, as he correctly pointed out, the productivity side of it, the profit side of it. Right? Profit side of it. In addition to that, there are two other areas. People, and then of course, plan. We discussed them the other day. Little time. And probably they have covered it under some other topics also. That's good to have an idea. The performance can be assessed based on these three first. Profit, planet, people also. You missed the question to ask question? No, you asked question. Anyone who, who couldn't answer the question that you think that is very important? No? Are we done? Well, I would say, when we talk about operation strategy topic, one main part of it that we can't ignore, right? That is missing. Okay. And that part of it is what we call operations performance objectives, based on which operation strategies are set. So we identified the other day to design, to specify operation strategies. Businesses can consider one or two or three or any other combination of priorities selected from available indicators, available performance objectives. We talked about 5 different performance objectives, did we? And that worked in any industry. What are those 5 main operations performance objectives? 5 main operations performance objectives. So out of which a business should focus on one direction when they set the strategy. Yeah. Yeah. What are those 5 different perspectives? One is cost perspective or the price perspective. Okay. So price-based competition or cost competition, right? Which means their strategy may be aiming at producing the low-cost products, low-cost services. That is the main priority. That is the main objective. That is the direction. Cost focus. So in almost all industries, there is a sizable market for cost driven strategies. The second strategy or second operations performance objective, differentiation, also known as the quality-based competition. Quality is one main way of differentiating, and there are other ways of differentiating your products, processes as well, but mainly based on quality. although we don't understand the meaning of quality yet, right? Just keep an idea. They're trying to produce high quality products than any other competitors, and that is the way of winning the market. Winning the market. It could be innovative features, latest design, latest technology, right? Attractive products or services. For the time being, just understand that. So, the main focus is on quality. Of course, when the quality is higher, customer, I mean, their product image would also be high level, so that the firm will be able to set higher price and more profit. I mean, higher profit margins. So, in almost all the industries, especially up in market, and then of course a reasonable percentage of any market, they expect more high quality products or quality products. From apparel to electronic devices to automobiles to airline service. In any industry, quality will be one way to come. You look for the remote, it's not there. Is that? Where is it? Here is it. It's difficult because the crowd is larger without AC. It's difficult. Anyway, let's quickly complete this part. So, a firm focusing on quality, will they be able to produce at low cost? No, they'll have to compromise cost elements and focusing on quality, and vice versa. When focusing on cost, they'll have to compromise quality. I think that we can stop it there. What are the other three fronts or three objectives? Time. Right? Time in the sense, one type of time-based competition is speed-based competition. Fastest delivery. Right? Operations can be designed in a way that products can be delivered faster. Services can be created and delivered faster than any other supplier. It's a winning edge. Speed is important, especially in certain industries like postal services, courier services, passenger transportation, cargo transportation. There are industries. In addition to that, there is this common time-based competition approach. We call it dependability. Dependability, which means not the fastest delivery, but delivering the products as promised on or before deadline. That's what we call dependability. Right? So all the operations decisions are made from factory sizes to factory capacities to machine capacities to labor, right? And everything is decided based on the dependable operation, reliable operation, and thereby supply the products on time without any delays. Not fast supply. What is the fifth one? We call it flexibility, right? Which means being able to quickly respond to the market requirements. Market adjust. In terms of volume, they can adjust. In terms of existing products and new products, or between products, they can change product models in a way that they can quickly reply to the market changes, respond to the market changes. So, flexibility is. So those are the five main different operation performance that we should not forget under this topic. Let me add one more question. Like using different operations performance objectives, describe the concept of trade-offing that is used in strategy formulation. There is a concept called trade-offing. So using some of those concepts, describe what is it. What is trade-offing? Well, that is the idea. When one priority is considered, they'll have to provide, they have to consider lower priority for other objectives. That concept is called trade-offing. Say for an example, cost-based strategy. A firm using cost-based strategy will not be able to equally focus on quality or speed. They'll have to compromise them in order to prioritize on cost. A firm competing based on speed may not be able to maintain the flexibility and quality same manner, and even the cost. They'll have to compromise them in order to focus on one priority. That idea is called trade-offing. It is very important. So depending on the two criteria we discussed, order qualifiers and order winners, strategy formulation level business managers should understand how to combine different priorities, order qualifiers and order winners, and keep them just to the market requirement. With that, we can conclude it. Should we answer to your question? That is different levels. That will be the last slide. So depending on the contribution of operation strategy for a business, we can identify three levels of contribution. One we call the basic level, we call implementing level, supporting level, and the driving level. So that you can further understand here. There are this type of organizations. You may also have an experience of that. That we call stage one. Probably they don't have a clear operation strategy for the business. Right? They just manage their operations as per the guidance they get from the top management, as per the guidance they get from the operations managers. They just manage operations. Stage one, without having one direction, they just manage the operation. So obviously, the result would be they won't be able to compete better in the market. Just they will manage and then probably survive if the competition is less. Instead, organizations should understand the importance of operational strategy and carefully design one and implement it. Then they will be able to perform little better. They shall be competitive with other companies. That is the stage one. Stage two, the contribution is little higher. Operation strategy is there. So operations is doing just implementing it. Right? So they will be able to be good as their competitors. We call it externally neutral, but internally supportive. Right? Stage two, implementing. However, there are some other business organizations who have learned, who have experienced the importance of the next level, that is based on the operations capabilities. Maybe their resources, maybe their experience, maybe their other capabilities, right? They will be able to not just implement the business strategy, but contribute to the business strategy and make the business forward, take the business forward. And that level we call stage three, supporting strategy. Right? So in that way, link the strategy with the operations. So the business strategy and operation strategy is properly linked. So supporting strategy that contributes the organization to clearly be the best in the industry, market leaders, Of course, they have well-aligned business strategy and operation strategy, and that helps them performing better, far better than their competitors. That level we call internally supportive strongly. And then the highest level, which is relevant for most successful businesses in the world, well, guidance. Right? So they have mastered it. They know how operations can take the business forward. They believe that operations should take the business forward. So that level, stage number 4, we call it drive strategy. So based on operations strengths, capabilities, their business strategy is formed. That's very practical way of doing it and a sustainable way of doing it. That helps firms to what they call the strategic impact is huge. When they set the business strategy based on their operations capabilities are higher here, and that helps them to redefine industry expectations. That's what they do. Right? Not just the industry leaders, redefine the expectations. Clients in each industry, from Microsoft to Google to Amazon to Walmart to Apple Corporation or Toyota. At that level, because they have formulated their business strategy and then implementing them based on the operations capabilities they have developed over a period of time. The strategy is not just the it's not just guiding the operations department. It guides the entire business. That is what they call. So 3 levels that we could cover the other day. Thanks to your question, we could cover it. Understand it? Do some self studies if needed. So don't just depend on what you already knew about it. That happens at your age. And when you come from industry, you already have some experience. You already know how in businesses things happen, right? So, especially when that's up to you, right? You can improve and you can use the concept here or not. That's a separate case. But when it comes to exam answer, you better write these concepts as your answers. Then without any issue, I will be able to give marks. Right? Right. Thank you very much for the questions. Yeah. Meaningful. I mean, they are meaningful indeed. That helps us summarizing the previous topic and move to the new one. Right? So what will be the new topic? I feel like starting from topic number 4 and coming to 2, right? That is quality management topic. We'll start from there, right? And probably we might not be able to cover it today. Let's start from there and go back to slide number 2 later. That's on quality management. My idea is to continue until 2:45 or so and take a break. What do you think? That's all right. no issue if you don't have the hard copy of it. Just record the soft copy. As you can see, there are many slides. I may not cover everything. Right. I will just guide you what you should know and what the concept you should know and all. The discussion will be based on the basic concept of. Yeah. Is that so? Right, I hope you could find the lecture materials here. It's a very practical topic, very important one. Not necessarily for operations management topic, operations management subject. The manager should know about this area by any chance. Have you studied quality management or managing for quality kind of topics? Somewhere. Have you already studied quality management? Have you studied quality management before? I guess is like as many of you are from accounting profession, you may not pay that attention to this topic as well, right? Because that is the usual trend. That when you complete this degree program, that's specializing in accounting, that's a separate case. But operations management subject is one subject where you will have to study this topic. You don't get the opportunity to study this topic under some other subject. So take this as an opportunity and try to have a clear idea about this area. Although we take it as a topic here, quality management itself is a subject, it's a profession. If you look for textbooks, you will find this size textbooks on quality management itself. Right? So various different concepts, practices, topics are there under quality management. So at the undergraduate level, it's an undergraduate degree, first degree, so that we will not cover everything. We will try to get a simple but clear idea. What quality is, what quality management is, what are the different quality management practices that have become popular these days, that have become effective these days. So the target is to get a simple basic idea. That is important for any manager, accountant to finance managers to marketers to operations. So let me quickly introduce the areas we are going to cover. First, we will try to get a simple idea, simple and clear idea. What quality is? How can we define this concept? One main reason for that is different people may mean different things. So we as managers in business management context should know what is the meaning of quality. What is the meaning of quality management? For products and services, different criteria are used to evaluate quality, we call it dimensions of quality. We will describe initially. And then we will also examine the importance of quality management activities for business organization. How that would help businesses to achieve their operational performance, operational objective, as well as strategic. Main discussion will be on how quality can be managed in organization. From operations management, of course, because area focus area on operations management, but for the organization, how quality can be managed? What are the tips, techniques, the processes used in organizations commonly? And examine the role of operations management in managing for quality. Because there are other departments whose contribution is important. Did you understand? Is operations management responsible for quality and quality management? Or is there any special department, dedicated department for this? You may know that very clearly. That's a dedicated department that we call quality control department, quality assurance department, and in your organization that means, yeah, I mean, they are. What is the department that they have given this responsibility of quality management? QMS, quality management system, quality management. Oh, okay, QMS. That is, there can be a department established for this purpose. So, could be quality control department, quality assurance team, right, or quality management team. Right. In the same or at the same time, operations and other departments should also contribute to this. With understanding. Okay. Then, to manage quality-related work, each organization should design and implement a proper management system. That is how quality management activities are managed. Such management system is known as quality management system. So we will discuss little more details about that as well. Then we try to understand how various different quality management related concepts, practices and techniques have been developed, have been evolved. Studies, they highlight that there can be 4 main periods in the history. We will identify what they are and then what contributions they have made, right, to have an idea. So how quality management activities have been evolved. There's a framework called cost of quality that helps us understanding the importance of quality management. We'll talk about that one. So those are the basic concepts we have selected for this topic, among many other quality management concepts. That would be enough for you. I'm repeating. I'm not going to explain anything. I will just show you what you should know. If you ask some questions, I will give you more details. Here 2 hours or 3 hours on quality. Quickly go through within 1 or 2 minutes time, and let's start with the meaning. I just scan through the lecture materials, not to read everything, right? Just see what we are going to cover. Online participants, we are sorry. I want you all to check the group messages here if any. So please be kind enough to ask questions. You may be familiar with some of those concepts. Sometimes when you go through, you will see they are relevant. You have studied it. Are there any new terms, concepts for you? You have heard them. Probably you will know something about it, but just want to know the exact meaning, how they are related and so on. Yes. He is an expert. Quality group, we call them quality gurus, contributed to quality management. There are many such contributors. Right, hope you got an idea what we are going to quickly cover here under this topic. Accounting professionals. Sometimes you may not directly use these concepts, but I have seen you may give the responsibility sometimes, contribute to these activities in organizations. Right. Now just think for a while. You know that you are attached to businesses and you are managers there. Employees of organization. You as customers. Maybe with your family, maybe with your friends, maybe with your colleagues. Then you go to the market to buy various different things, consumer items, durable items. What do you usually consider when making purchase decisions? What factors you would consider? I'm not asking about each and every criteria, but usually how we explain it. So you should look at this and all these things. So how usually we describe it? What we should look at when buying or when making our purchase decisions? Of course, we all look at the prices and the cost side of it, right? Affordability. So prices are one main factor. Prices, the cost. Initial investment and the maintenance cost and all we consider. So price. What else? Quality of the product. Something called quality of your quality. Worth or the value of the product. Worth or the value of the product. Right? Both are in a way similar. Although we don't know how exactly we measure it, we have an idea. We need to look at the value of the product, worth of the product, or the quality of the product. Among many other factors, these two would be the main. Price, cost. You just think about your decision, purchase decision. And if you have kind of pleasant experience, satisfying experience with some brands, products, services, Such satisfaction may come from different reasons. If you think about your pleasant memories with brands, with services, what had contributed to that satisfaction? What would be the main thing that made you happy about that purchase decision? You're happy that you purchased that item from that company and from that brand. Do you think that this idea of quality might have influence there? If you are happy about the quality, you and you always end up with satisfaction. Don't you think so? You as customers. Any experiences, any brands that you are happy with? Srilanka market very rare. Right? But maybe important product. The product experience that you are really happy about. I mean, your personal experience. Question karla, mane kana satu take it. Ame khoda ye gatte. But you're happy about that purchase. Okay. An example. Okay, medical tires, car tires. So what was the brand? MRA. Now, how long you have been using it?
1,000 kilometers.
More than 30,000. When first you start feeling like you have made a correct decision and you are happy about the purchase? Probably after a few days time, after some time, after a long time, you start feeling like deciding to purchase MRF tires, right? And you're happy about it. Yes. Durable. Durable could be one thing. And are you an expert in driving expert so that you can? Some people can recognize the difference between tire brands. By riding, I mean, when they drive, they can recognize it. How comfortable, and how difficult that is. Safety concerns are there. We'll see about the MRF choice. Okay, how about others? Restaurants, hotels, airline services, garment brands, tourist hotels, medical services. Often, most of us have dissatisfied experiences, I guess. Sometimes disappointments, but we have a pleasant experience. Right. Was that about the doctor or the hospital and the entire service that we are happy about? Entire service we are happy about. That can be. So you feel like you got the best treatment there, best experience, full checkup, and then that's how we feel. When you think about satisfaction, also customer satisfaction. One main factor contributing to that is this area. What is it? In fact, quality contributes to satisfaction. But many businesses, many managers have ignored this area and this understanding why they do the business. For many, especially accounting professionals, right, and finance professionals and all, for them, why should you start a business and manage a business and run the business? To earn profits. How we earn it? How can we ensure the long-term profits? And for that, how we should manage the business? Has gets a little lower attention these days, especially in this part of the world. That could be one main reason. Most of the managers ignore this part. We are very much concerned about the profitability, revenues and profitability. Isn't so? So this is just to highlight the importance of this topic. You see, I would have told these things to just A-level qualified students, but since you are from practice industry, you can understand it better. So managers may not take these concepts serious because they have profit targets, revenue targets. However, businesses have gradually evolved and they have learned the importance of quality and importance of quality management. In this topic, we try to understand. So let's begin with the meaning of quality because that is also not clear. What is quality? We all use this term, but rarely we have carefully thought of it. We don't have a clear meaning for it. That itself is a reason why management is not interested about it. Although we consider quality, we don't know what the meaning of. So how can we get the meaning? The simple idea is that different people have described it differently. So there are different meanings. Different meanings. So first of all, we should try to get a clear idea. What is quality? So within 5 minutes, right? Can you go through the initial probably 1 or 2 slides? Plus, you can use your smartphones or your experience, your understanding also. Write down what is the meaning of quality for you. What is the meaning of quality? How it should be described? Here, the quality, I mean, not in general, quality of products, quality of service, I mean, in business organization. In other contexts also we use quality. But in business management context, how we should understand the meaning of quality. What is the meaning of quality? Of course, different people have defined it differently. Business management student, how can you get the meaning of it? one or two way that you think this is how should not to be mentioned. Enough. Simple description. The meaning of quality. So to identify some ways, have you thought of it before? How to define quality? How can we describe it? So when I talk to one of few of you, others can write down the additional points also. So one who can volunteer to help us understand the meaning of quality. Can I have a point from you? Yeah. Have a point. What is that? Yeah. Okay. There are characteristics expect from products, expect from services that we consider as quality. So from each product, each service, customers expect certain characteristics. When they are there, customers consider those products as quality. So in other words, quality is measured based on the attributes of the product, characteristics of the product. That's true. In fact, that we will call product-based people, right? Where the quality is measured, described based on the characteristics, attributes of the product. That is one way. Do you have a point? Yeah, that's okay. Quality refers to the extent to which the product is free from defects. Is that a good way to define quality? Yeah. Sometimes some outputs we consider as defect, especially with some mistakes, some errors, right? Certain faults, right? We call it defect. So the product without defects we consider as quality. Products without faults we consider as quality. That's it. The very simple example, like we go to the market to buy some eggs, right? It is easy to understand, right? So how we identify defect in eggs? That's broken, right? Sometimes that's damaged, so that's broken. That is defect. So we will select only the good eggs and defect. When you go to buy a pair of shoes, we will just we will accept the that is good for us. Then we will look at it and identify whether there are any defects, right? And then decide, okay, this by looking at the weight for the without it. That's also a way to assess it. We have a point. How can we describe quality?
Terms of the product compared to other companies.
That is also, in fact, that is most, I mean, little older version of it, older view on quality, external. it's a relative concept anyway. Quality is a relative concept anyway. Right. So products that are considered as excellent in that category, we consider them as quality. Excellence performance, so excellent. In fact, that may be called transcendent V1 quality, where quality equals to excellence. In today's market conditions, that is challenge. Not only the products or brands that are considered as excellent, that we consider as quality. But yes, that's a V. Say for an example like automobile. When you think about quality automobiles, what are the brands coming to our mind? Not necessarily the other versions, but maybe best performing automobile brands and models. Maybe, yeah, somewhat familiar to us. Maybe Mercedes, right? Another model, but Rolls-Royce and other brands, right? Bentley, and there are many other curious brands that quality brands, right? Wristwatches, Rolex, and all. That is quality. We should understand that is not all. That is not the only way to look at quality, but that is quality. Yeah. Thank you. One more point. Sure. Same point. So now that is the purpose of this discussion is to help you as managers to understand how we can think of quality, because that is an important thing to the market. You have a point to share with us? No. Okay. Point. Fulfill customer requirements. Is that a good way to assess the quality of a product? Sir. More, but yes, maybe for services, but there is more products also. Can we assess the quality of a product looking at its ability to satisfy customer requirements? In fact, that is the reason. That is how quality of a product, quality of a service is described, defined in modern markets. So, in fact, that is in a way there are two things: user-based view, better performance, better performance in the sense compared to other products. This particular product will be able to meet customer requirements better. That is how the better performance. Better performance and more fit. Quality lies in the eyes of the beholder. That's also important because each customer, how they assess quality is different. A quality garment for you may not be a quality garment for you. The same garment item, same design, same colors, same fabric, but you don't like it, but you like it. So as restaurants, one place is better, one place is of high quality, other customer may find it not so interesting. And your point, in fact, that is the latest game that you will find it here. You will find it here. See some points I just ignored it. There is this organization that we call American Society for Quality. They define quality as the totality of features and characteristics of a product or service that bear on its ability to satisfy given needs. Exactly the same point you mentioned. Given needs. Hello? We're going to have a break now. Satisfy the requirements. Right? Ability of a product. Fulfill the requirements. Right? And then This description. Hello, in simple terms, quality refers to the ability of a product to fulfill the requirements of customer. Well, quality is a multifaceted concept that has many different viewpoints and then dimensions. Clear? So those are the main points. I'm not going to continue the discussion on this because we run short of time. Right? Let me before the tea break show you one main thing that you should know in today's business. Managers, middle and senior level managers should have this idea that quality can be looked at from two sides, two perspectives. One is known as producer's perspective. That is the most traditional view on it, right? And there, although you didn't mention it because that is the accounting professionals, you are not so familiar with it. Otherwise, the definition of quality is described in a different way. That is the producer's view. If you go to the third slide, you will get a point here. That's called product manufacturer's viewpoint of quality. Accordingly, there is a concept called conformance to standards and making a product right the first time. That is the quality of operations. If you go to a government factory, ask operations managers or maybe even quality managers. They'll help us understand the meaning of quality. What do you mean by quality? How you measure the quality? They will immediately respond to you. Well, we have standards for the products, product design. They will tell you sometimes standards, sometimes product specifications are. The way how the product is designed. So every time when they produce products, they compare the products with the specifications or the standards and assess the quality of it. That is how they measure it. Right? So that is what we call manufacturing view. What is our subject? Operations management. Where we have this perspective mainly. So conformance to standards is what we mean by quality. Producing the product correct or the right the first time, not the second time. Otherwise, it will be considered as defects. Is that an issue? I mean, producing defectives mistakenly, is that an issue for the business? Is that a problem? Hello? As accountants, you don't have any problem, I know, right? Because that is their responsibility, that's for the business, but for the operation, is that a problem? Accidentally, if they happen to produce defectives, that's a problem. Especially that's a waste. You understand it? What they will have to do with those defectives? Can they sell them in the market? Probably they can't. Of course, they can't sell them at the same price. They'll have to downgrade the price. And of course, what else they do when they accidentally have produced defectives? What they do? Can they just throw them away? They can't. If there are no options, they will have to throw them away. But prior to that, they will have to try something. Like what? They will have to then identify why this is not up to the quality. What are the mistakes here? And then of course, if such mistakes can be corrected, production will be sent to the production line again and do rework. Right? Rework. And then try to improve the quality. Conformance to specific. Is that a problem? Making it second time, is that a problem? Find a problem. Why? That result in additional expenses, additional cost. Like they will have to allocate machines, they will have to allocate work machine operators, right? And reprocessing them. Otherwise, they would have started new product. So that is expensive. Right? They will have to reuse the energy. So that is expensive. So producing second time, producing the product correct second time is expensive. That is why they keep an idea. Producing it correct first. Understand it? So that perspective is called producer's perspective on quality. Right? That is called quality of performance. But in modern organizations, not only that, this is also considered seriously. That is called customer's perspective on quality. That is described as quality of design. And together, that's the simple definition now. We call it fitness for use. After a break, we will talk about this. So almost 3, it will be here. Right, as quickly as possible, let's say 20. You are late. You are late. Left home very early, right? We got the message. Where you were? This one. Invalid. Complete others. Hello. Did you try to communicate something or ask a question? But let's go to start. Otherwise, we have very limited time. They will come, right? Limited resources, canteen, mushrooms, then only clinics are there for the break. That's practically overcome these issues are difficult. Very limited resources can't manage everything. So even if we say, let's say we schedule break times for different groups, but it doesn't happen. It depends on the lecture, it depends on the solutions requirements. Only thing is that we'll have to expand the central facilities, canteen facility and all. Compared to many other places, I really like SAG because they are providing and they are more committed on it. They're trying to give best experience with the students. They will improve it. They will improve it. Right, since we have very short time, probably around 1.5 hours time or less than that. Talk about the initial part of it. Still, we have just attempted to get a simple idea what quality is in business organization. You came up with some points, and on top of them, we identified these two views on quality. One is two views on quality. One is called producer's view, that is described with the concept of quality of conformance, which is the most popular, common view. And then another concept is called customer's perspective of quality, and that is described under quality of design. Let's quickly identify them. And in modern organizations, and in competitive industries, in modern organizations, the meaning of quality is defined based on these two perspectives. I mean, both perspectives. And this definition, although that is very simple, this is Duran's definition for quality. Joseph M. Duran, one of the quality gurus in the history, he came up with a simple idea: fitness for use. Quality is nothing but fitness for use. You will get an idea when we complete these two concepts. Quality of conformance. Producer perspective. Quality of conformance, that refers to the idea that products should meet the design specifications. Then these are also the match quality of conformance quality. Not conformance, but conformance. Conformance. So from manufacturing point of view, from operations management point of view, that is the main concept. So each and every product, when the product are designed, this is the product specification that we will talk about in detail next topic. Right? Product specification. All the technical details are mentioned there, the dimensions and other technical aspect of it. So when the product is manufactured, they compare whether they have produced exactly the same product. Whether they are in line, they consider that okay, good. And for that, there are various different techniques. They measure things, they assess things, they appraise things, they match. They do a lot of lab testing and then they assess the quality of it. That is conformance quality. That refers to whether the product is produced according to the design specification. And at the same time, within standard cost. Within the standard cost. Design specification that standard cost. So that basically that may depend on various different operations conditions, especially factors like the appropriate design of the production process, the way in which the production process is arranged, tools and equipment are arranged. That may depend on, that may affect on conformance quality. That may also depend on the performance of the machinery, accurate performance of machinery, right? And then of course depends on the materials, inputs. Let's say we're going to bake a cake that is for your family, right? Not for commercial purpose. But even the quality of that depends on the ingredients they use. Ingredients they use. They started. Sorry, we have to start. You can quickly join. So there are two meanings of quality, two ways of looking at quality. One is producer's perspective, what we call quality of consumer. So whether the products are manufactured according to the specification and within standard. So we will talking about different factors that may affect on performance quality, design of the production processes, performance of machinery, and then materials. A cake, the quality of the final cake may depend on the quality of the ingredients. So likewise, that is true for garment items, that is true for pharmaceutical items, that is true for any other product, plus any other services, because for services also they may consume some ingredients, some supplies, material items. And also employee training and their experience and all, because depending on their experience, training levels, what they can do with machines, how accurately they can produce product and other things may differ. So that components quality in a way easy to measure at factories producing products than in service operations. We'll discuss about it later, but keep in mind, as managers, we need to understand the other perspective on quality aspect. What is the other view? What is the other view? We call it customers' perspective on quality that has gained a lot of popularity these days. I mean, during the last 2 to 3 decades, this perspective on quality has gained a lot of popularity, acceptance. Now, customers, if we just ignore that part, businesses will end up with failure. How customers assess quality? Well, for them, there are many alternative products in the market. So they compare and consider products with certain features, characteristics that will fulfill their requirements. So if the products are designed carefully with such characteristics, features that fulfill their requirement, customers consider such products, such services as quality products, quality services. So that highlights one thing. When designing products, businesses should carefully consider what customers expect from the product and design with the right features, right characteristics that can fulfill the customer requirements. That is important. That is why when you say fulfilling customer requirements, just think about pair of shoes. When you select a brand, when you select a particular pair of shoes, when you go to the market, you have certain expectations in your mind, right? And you think the design. You may think of the design of it, color combinations of it, comfortableness of it, right? And then the fabric, the materials they have used, design of it. So products matching those requirements, customers may consider as useful. Do you understand it? Because many managers may not understand. Right? In businesses, most of the industries, they ignore the customers, especially in this part of the world. They think whatever the thing they produce, customers will purchase. In fact, that may be true for many industries. Why? Maybe less competition. Only one supplier or a few suppliers, and among them also one is more powerful. So their products are anyway demanded in the market. So customers don't have much options. They make sometimes decisions based on the prices. They don't look, they don't demand for best products and all, right? That could be the reason. But in competitive industries, competitive markets, demand depends on the quality of products with innovative features, latest designs and all will get more demand. Understanding? In future, if the economy recovers faster, the same is applicable to Sri Lanka. We have been performing better during the last 2 decades or so, but due to all these economic issues, financial crisis and all, we are struggling as of now. We have economic downturn, as you all know. So that may have impacted on the customer choices and all, but things will be very soon. Businesses should be ready with their products and services. Choosing various dimensions, what we call quality dimensions, customers may assess the quality of products. When they do so, they also consider the price of the products. Make their judgment. So in this approach, customers' perspective on quality, quality of design, which means how carefully they have identified the features and characteristics for their products. Quality of design. That has become significant, aligning with the marketing approach, aligning with the value-based approach, aligning with this new quality management approach, what we call TQM, total quality management. And then, of course, this approach we call QFD. QFD stands for quality function deployment. That has gained a lot of popularity. There they talk about customer-driven quality. Product features, characteristics are designed based on customer requirements. Then what you need to understand is practically these two perspectives. They depend on each other. In fact, it works better when customer we given more prominence and aligning with that producers we maintain. So what is it? So producing products, designing products as per the customer requirements, and then producing them as design. Then understanding? So it has to begin from here and continue to the next level. Then the final product they produce should be more quality. That is how we should understand it. So as accountants, we don't have to worry because these processes will be managed through the operations and various other quality management process and other business processes. But you should know what is quality management, why it is. Having said that, do you think although this is important, it seems promising and rewarding to the business as well? Do you think all the businesses are equally considering quality management? Same efforts? Depends on the business approach, right? Some managers, senior managers, maybe owners, top managers, they're not so interested about quality management. They are just managing the business. That's their approach. Whereas in some other industries, some managers, owners, they pay higher salary. But it depends. The way forward would be all the businesses will have to pay more attention on quality management. Because unlike in Sri Lanka, customers are demanding, customers are educated. They can compare alternative solutions available. So if you want to create more demand for your products, if you want to get more revenue and profits, you'll have to manage your operations aiming at quality. That is about the product quality and services quality. However, in organizations and as managers, you may have come across quality and quality management has been implemented in other business processes as well. In accounting, in finance, they talk about quality, not about product quality, but how you can ensure what you do is what you're supposed to do is done in a quality manner. Right? That's also quality. But here the main attention is given to product quality and service quality. Yeah, the concept are wherever the application is, the idea is more or less same, right? Anyway, right. It's about the meaning. Is it clear? Right. So fitness for use. Fitness for use. Fitness of what? Fitness of what? fitness of the product, fitness of the service, right? Fitness of the product. Who's you say? Fitness of the product for the customer use. Because customers have different requirements. Product should have the ability to fulfill their needs. That is called. In fact, that is called customer requirement. Businesses should have adequate efforts from the organization side to ensure that. In fact, although in businesses, quality management has been limited to the quality control team's activity. Isn't so? Isn't that the case? When we talk about quality management, what comes to our mind? The duty, the responsibilities of the quality control staff. What they do is that is quality management. Do you think those few individuals within the department they can manage these processes altogether? That has to be we call organizational wide. That we will discuss. So hope the meaning is clear, right? So then let's quickly move to understand what quality management is. How to ensure quality of products, quality of services, and quality of operations processes, and in general quality of organization. There is no secret formula. It all depends on organization's efforts to enhance it. Organization's efforts to enhance it. So that altogether we call it all depends on the management understanding of what customers want and their efforts on designing and implementing reliable quality management systems and procedures. There is a more simple way that we can understand what quality management is. Right. So they will have to design. So they will have to understand what customers want, and then they will have to put the right efforts to design and implement better quality management systems and procedures. Further to that, managers need to understand what customers expect from your products, your solutions, your purchase experience at your place, and then how to design, and they should know how to design, create, and deliver superior products in line with those customer requirements, customer expectations. That is the way to ensure the quality. There is no secret formula. So it doesn't come with the efforts of one department like quality control. It has to come through a proper coordination between various different business functions, business departments. In it, these departments are very important, like marketing, product design, and then operations. And of course, quality control department, quality assurance team. There should be a proper coordination. In addition to that, departments like information technology, IT, can significantly contribute to enhance the quality in today's context. So, what you see in the next slide is a simple illustration. It's a simple illustration of the required coordination in an organization to practice quality management. Right. So all these departments are supposed to work together and put in the right efforts to manage quality. So how can I help you? I don't know. Anyway, this department. So marketing, product design team or product development team, and then operations, and of course quality planning and control team. Just spend 1 or 2 minutes with it and try to understand the type of relationship between, although I have mentioned one-way direction, these relationships can be two-way also, right? But just identify the simple way of it. And say whether you agree with it or you can understand, whether you can understand it. Are you not happy to see that accounting department is not there, finance department is not shared, right? But still you are engaged with it, is that? Yes, accounting firms, finance firms and all, of course, they are the main operation is accounting related costs. Right? Then of course, ensuring quality, that is operation. Accounting firms, audit firms and various other financial institutions, right? Operations, our accounting firms. So when it comes to quality management, there. However, in production or manufacturing firms and in service organizations, when it comes to products quality and services quality, these departments are supposed to work together. So why marketing should be there and why product development team should be there? That is one main thing. And then how operations and quality planning control team can contribute. That is the second. So as for the definition we identified here, how can a product development team contribute to quality management? Can they make a significant impact? How come? Well, we will discuss in detail under the product designing topic. Product designers or the designing team is responsible for technically designing the product in that business. Let's say it depends on the industry, right? Now, say consumer product like biscuits, cereal. So when it comes to cereal, biscuits, munchies, so their main task is product designer. Their responsibility is to design new taste of biscuits, new designs, new biscuit types, and then of course, dockyard. They are manufacturing boats and various yards and various other products. So their product development team is responsible for designing boats and yards according to the and at garment factories. Well, in such a case, most of the designs are coming from the clients themselves. Clients specify the garment designs and other specifications of and then to manufacturers. So, product design team is responsible for designing the product with the right characteristics, features. What is that concept? We just learned it. What is that concept? Hello? What is that concept of quality? We call it quality of design. So now completed it, quality of design. So they should have designed the product with right characteristics, right features. So in that process, in that process, can marketing play a role? Marketing department and marketers? Yes. Yeah. What kind of role they can play? They are the ones who will understand the customers, customer requirements, the level of competition prevail in the market, in that industry. So that they are supposed to conduct market surveys, marketing research, and other data and the information gathering activities and identify the customer expectations, customer requirements, and analyze them and provide such interpretations, market inputs particularly known as market insights. Market insights to the product development team in order to design their products with the right features characteristics. That is their role. So that is again to enhance the quality of design. Understanding? Quality of design. So now the product is finalized, product specifications are done. Product specific, in case of services, that is service specification. Right? That describes the characteristics of the product, the technical dimensions of the product or the service. That is given to the operations team in order to start production. So it is at the production department, operations department, our area, subject area, they are using their production line, using their machines, deploying their workforce, using the materials, they start production and complete. Meantime, there is this team we call quality control team or quality assurance team. Will evaluate the quality of products being produced in line with the specifications given, right? They evaluate, they take samples, isn't so? Quality controllers, they come and take samples and measure and then evaluate whether the final products are in line with the standards. What is the relevant quality concept there? We talked about two types of quality. Quality of design, somewhere here. What is this part of quality? Conformance quality. Conformance quality. Both operations and quality control teams responsible for ensure the quality of conformance and thereby produce products aligned with the spec. So the finished products here, technically we can expect products produced according to the specifications, and these products are designed to fulfill the customer requirement. Can you understand it? So these products may be having that ability to fulfill customer requirement. So that is why. For a firm to practically manage quality management activities, they at least require this type of coordination in the marketing, product designing, operations, and quality control. It's not like quality control team just doing the testing, sampling, and all to ensure the quality. That is only one part of quality management. It's not adequate if we just consider that part. Got it? So large scale organizations, they have broader view. So as a company professional, what do you think about it? Is it practical? The observations? Any challenges? Do you think these departments are working together in organizations? What are we inputs? Yeah. Are they working together in the marketing, designing, operations, control, and all? Although they are supposed to have this coordination, are they practically working? Some industries, yes. Some industries, no. Some organizations, yes. Some organizations, no. That affect on their operations performance. Not only that, that affect on their firm performance. The general idea is that when an organization is putting more efforts on quality management, they will be able to enhance their operations performance. And at the same time, they will be able to enhance their firm performance also. Now, we discussed in the previous topic how to assess operations performance and how to assess the firm performance. There can be economic measures like revenue, profitability, efficiency, right? Really economic performance as well as business performance. We believe that there are evidences, research evidences, success business cases. When organizations put in right efforts for quality management, they will be able to enhance the operations performance. They will be able to enhance firm performance. Profitability and long-term. That is why this is the should focus on quality. We were there. Right. So so quality management, the area of our topic here, may be simply defined as the management of all the activities, tasks, and efforts of the organization on ensuring a desired level of excellence for its outputs. That means their products and services. In order to maintain conformance to specifications, conformance to standards. Nevertheless, quality management is focused not only on product quality and service quality, but also on the means to achieve it. We call it process quality. Process quality. So that should be consistent. You know what we mean by process quality? Now, products are manufactured through processes. So nowadays they talk about process inbuilt quality, which means processes are designed in a way with adequate quality consideration. So they are capable of producing quality products. Process inbuilt quality. Not only product quality and service. What is the process quality? We'll discuss more about it. Right? Quality management efforts in modern organizations. There can be various different efforts. For study purpose, we can classify them into these four main subcategories. Right? Namely, quality planning activities, quality assurance activities, and quality control activities. Quality planning, quality assurance, and then quality control. When you go to a factory and see what they do, you might notice only the third element of it. Quality control, what they do on daily basis. Control the quality and thereby produce quality products. The other two, you might not see. Quality planning and quality assurance efforts. To get an idea. But you see, what you can practically see is quality control efforts. In addition to that, organizations practice quality improvement efforts also. That means not to maintain the same quality level, but to improve to the next level some other. So in an organization, especially if they are quality conscious, they have various different efforts that we classify under four categories. I'm short of time, I will describe some of them later, but basically this is clear. Quality planning, quality assurance, and then quality control. And of course, quality improvement. All of activities. Also, in fact, if you think about an audit firm or an accounting firm, yeah, you are the main operations staff. Unlike in other department, like you are the accountant, you are finance manager. That is, you are providing a line service. But in accounting firms, audit firms, you represent the operations. So quality management is essential. Again, that is directly relevant. That's why you should know. Right. Especially quality control, what we call conformance to specific conformance quality. When managing conformance to specifications, organizations are supposed to follow these steps. Basically, for quality control, there are 6 steps: step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like right. It's very simple, but it gives you an idea. Right? So, what to do? First of all, we need to define the quality characteristics of the product or of the service. What are the quality characteristics we consider and define it first of all, and then decide how to measure each quality characteristic, and then set quality standards for each quality characteristic, likewise, and control the quality. Let me take an audit firm. This is challenging, right? It's a service firm. But these are basically used in manufacturing, sure. But since you all are from accounting profession, let me take an audit firm and try to help you understand this. From where to begin? We need to define the quality characteristics of the service. So, in the context of audit firm, first of all, we need to identify clearly, okay, the quality of our service, how it can be assessed. What are the criteria? What are the main characteristics? We need to first of all identify them, say, define them. So, in your opinion, give me a few examples, probably 2, 3 examples. What are the main characteristics of good quality audit services? That way, I don't know much about it, but you can, and you know about it. So, audit firms providing quality service, what should be the characteristics? In your opinion, have I selected a wrong example? Better to select a manufacturing example. Let me try first. Right. So, what are the main characteristics relevant for audit industry? Auditing industry. Of course, there are audit standards set. So, to what degree this is your auditing practices are aligned with those standards? We'll come there, right? We'll come there, please. Now, these standards, auditing standards are there to ensure the quality. So, that is auditing standards. So, under each standard, so to what extent you comply to those standards, so you follow those standards. That could be one characteristic of those, because that is the technicality of your business. Do the technical correct job, you should have followed those standards. Right? And your point? Staff competency. Is that an important point here? Staff experience and their competency levels. Is that important? Of course, yes. It's mainly a service so that we know the competency of the employees, their experience, their qualifications matters a lot. So, another criteria could be qualifications of the staff. Maybe each audit assignment, right? They will assign teams, right? So, their qualifications, their experience levels could be sometime. I'm talking about only the first step here, right? Define the characters. So, we identify 2. What else? How to assess the quality service in auditing firms? Only those 2. Give me 2, I mean 1 or 2 more characteristics.
Reliability, practical justification for the statements identified.
Can you repeat the point again?
Having reliable and justifiable for the statement that I identified. So the
Mistake. What do you mean by mistakes? I'm not from an auditing firm background.
there is some error or if there is some issue in the financial statement.
Okay.
So you have to have a reasonable justification
Okay.
on how we identify the error.
Okay.
And
You are talking about kind of technical side of financial statement. Is that?
And the quality will be assured on the way how the auditor can express that error.
Right. Their competency probably then, right? So how competently they handle the special cases of that particular set of financial statements of this client. Their competency of handling it. Is that important? Their competency. Yes. That is the technical part of it, main functionality of it. Some more criteria. Of course. Being able to complete the audit project on time and then provide the report, audit report on time. Is that an important point to assess the quality? Being able to complete the audit project on time and deliver the audit opinion, audit report. So likewise, right? Even for services, we can identify these characteristics should be met. That is the starting point. Then the second step, we need to decide how to measure each characteristic. Now, for the to what extent they have met all the auditing standards, and so for each of them we can have a checklist or something, right? So how to measure whether they have met those standard requirements? Like they can measure it. When it comes to their qualifications, I mean the qualifications of the audit team, right? We can have the minimum qualifications, minimum experience level for each. I mean, not necessarily all the members have the equal qualifications and equal experience. So for each category, we can say we can decide how we are going to assess the qualifications and experience, right? And thereby ensure it. And when it comes to delivery deadline, how we can measure based on the time. Based on the time taken for the audit project, there can be different stages, different steps, different stages of the project. Complete each project and then forming the opinion and delivery. So each step we can have deadlines and whether they could meet them. Right? And then your point that was, and here also the competency of it, how competently they have handled it. So for that they can have criteria. Third step, they have to set quality standards. What is that? For each criteria, we need to identify, okay, this is the threshold. At least this should be met. So for an example, standards, there can be most important that you can't avoid. Right? So they are prioritized and they are the identify, okay, these standards should be met. Deadlines. These are the particular maximum time that we can spend for it. Right? So qualifications, we say. So each category, like yes, yeah. To ensure the quality. Yeah. I mean, doing the operation, completing the work is one thing. Ensuring the quality is all related to that, but something different. So now the concern is how to bring these together. Completing the operations, managing the operations, managing the quality aspect. What often forget is, managers tend to think when you manage operations, you anyway manage quality. It is option. Right? Thank you. Yes. Think for a while. Can you make a cup of tea? Yeah. Awesome. Female crowd, yes, they can. We also can. But does that make sure that does that indicate if you just prepare a cup of tea, does that mean you can prepare a quality cup of tea? So like, but any operation, you can just do it, but quality doesn't come automatically. You should have a focus. You should consider how to ensure the quality there. That is the quality management effort. If you do it, if you are conscious, you can manage it. But when a team of different people managing it again and again and again, can we expect the same quality? So that is why organizations should have placed right quality management procedures. That part of it is called quality management. Can you understand it? Operations management is something, quality management is some other thing, then we need to combine together so that our operations would be produce quality output. It doesn't come automatically. Who is responsible for it? Who is responsible? Not necessarily. Because they are responsible for producing quality products. Right? But to ensure this, there should be a commitment or a focus on the top management of the work. Chairman to managing director, director board to senior manager. From there, the commitment should come. Otherwise, it won't happen. That is what quality management textbooks recommend. Quality management practices recommend. But what's happening in the industries? We put the blame to all the managers. Put the blame to quality management team. Maybe two, three individuals. Not necessarily all the managers here. There will be a team, right? Hired for that. We call them quality management team, quality control team. Whatever the quality problem comes, we blame it. Whereas quality cannot be ensured just by managing the quality control tool. Can you understand? It should come from the top. There should be a concern from the top management and a proper management approach for that. In fact, that management approach required to hope you can understand the other, right? Control the quality against those standards and then find, in case if there are poor quality issues or defectives, they are responsible for finding the causes and correcting them and thereby enhance the quality. And keep doing it and thereby ensure the quality. That is conformance specification. Now, to ensure all these quality management efforts in an organization, organizations are responsible for introducing proper management system, aiming at quality. No management system, so some specific frameworks, so that everyone should follow the framework. For quality, such management systems are designed. That is what we call quality management system. Short form of it is QMS. What is a QMS then? Quality management system. That sets all the guidelines, procedures relevant for the organization and their operations. So everyone is responsible for following it. So every organization. Good to have a QMS. Not just the operation system, but the QMS also. That ensures they can produce reliably good quality products again and again. So gradually businesses have learned these things, and somewhere in 1960s, 50s and 60s, they have started believing in a formal management system for quality QMS. Somewhere in 1950s, 60s. We'll discuss a little later in detail. So good to have a quality management system for a business. Whether there is manufacturing business or a service business. But it is difficult. So as you can see here, quality management is defined as a formalized system in a business that document all the processes, procedures for quality related activity and responsibilities. Who is responsible for what? And everything is well documented, properly and systematically arranged. That system is what we call QMS. Designing an effective QMS and implementing it on day-to-day basis would not be a simple task. It requires some expertise. Who can contribute here? What type of managers? We call them quality professionals, quality managers, not operations managers, quality professionals. Quality management itself is a different profession. So we need to hire quality professionals for the organization and get their support to initially design the quality management system and then implement. A quality management system, once it is well defined, well designed, it helps to coordinate and direct an organization's activities to meet customer requirements in one hand. On the other hand, regulatory requirements. There are different regulatory requirements to comply with. So such a QMS would help them to meet such regulatory requirements also, and also to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of quality management system on a continuous basis. I'm asking again, who is responsible for this? Quality professional, quality manager. Since organizations find it difficult to recruit quality professionals for this, what they usually do? They just get the support of experienced managers in their fields, experienced technical managers in their field, and ask them to set standards. Okay, now we need to improve this, we need to maintain this quality. So help us with some what they call SOPs, standard operating procedures, and all, so that everyone is responsible for following it. So those are the little efforts organizations can put to streamline the operation, streamline the efforts. So that way, even setting SOPs and basic other procedures, not by quality professionals, but maybe experienced managers and all. These are also quality efforts. Understanding? But in manufacturing firms that we talk about, garments, manufacturing to cement, manufacturing to food processing, automobile manufacturing to aircraft manufacturing, right? They need to have qualified professionals to handle the quality management. So as in service, restaurants to hotels to hospitals to airline services, quality management activities are handled by quality management. Is that important for operations management? Operations management decisions are affected by quality management. That's it. In fact, that tight link should be there. However, is that mandatory? Is that mandatory for all the organizations to have a proper QMS? American theater model, quality management systems, that mandatory. For many industries, well, there are some industries, statutory requirements are there. You have to then follow it. Many other industries, it's a choice. Depending on the competition in the market, depending on the customer pressure or market pressure, organizations will have to develop QMS then. So gradually, somewhere in 1930s, 40s, when they developed quality management systems in Europe, US, and other developed, those days, industrial sectors were rapidly developing. So they started formulating their own QMSs. Gradually, they learn those customized quality management systems for each organization may not be adequate. There should be a proper way of designing and managing QMS. And during such time, somewhere in 1950s, that is now it is known as ISO. ISO stands for International Organization for Standardization. IO is it goes as ISO. International Organization for Standardization. Their main efforts are on standardizing things. In the sense, standardization. So introduce a framework. So everyone should follow the same. So they came up with standardization efforts for quality management systems also gradually. Right? And then the latest version of their standardization for quality management framework is known as ISO 9000 series, and particularly 9001, 2015 is the latest. That is a comprehensive guideline or framework that any organization can consider as the template, as the framework for initially design their quality management system, or if they want to improve. That is for process, not for products or services. ISO 9001, 2015 is to maintain the consistent process quality. It ensures quality. The process. That is why it is applicable for both manufacturing industry as well as service industry. So when a firm design and implement quality management system aligning with ISO certification, ISO framework, they can apply for the ISO accreditation and they can obtain it, so that it communicates to the outsiders, especially to their customers and all. The processes are aligning with the ISO framework. That indicates the quality of the output. So with that standardization efforts, especially in the global supply networks for trade, even without visiting the factories of your suppliers, you make an impression whether they have obtained, if they have obtained the ISO accreditation, that ensures that their quality should be high. Likewise, that helps organizations to practice QMS the better. I hope these two ideas are clear now. QMS, what is it, and what is the role of ISO in it? You can ask some questions when I read up. Right? So these are the main elements of a QMS. Such organizations may come up with a quality policy and objectives, and then they will develop a quality manual that includes all the documented processes and all, how processes are completed, who and who are responsible for it, likewise. So procedures, instructions, and records are well documented. Data management, internal processes, and other steps like customer satisfaction from product quality, improvement opportunities, quality analysis. So modern quality management efforts are based on these principles. In fact, ISO framework is main elements also based on these principles. So we call them quality principles of quality management efforts. Customer focus, leadership, engagement of people, process approach, continuous improvement, evidence-based approach, and then of course relationship management. Those are the main principles of what is quality management. Meaning, quality management systems and quality management efforts are based on these basic principles. If you go to a factory of MAs and ask the quality managers, operations managers to show, can you show us engagement of people in your efforts, in your organization? Would they be able to show us? No, that is the principle, right? So engagement of people. What could be the meaning? Engagement of people. That means simply those who involved in the process, involved in operational work and management, their involvement in quality management efforts, engagement of people. Right? Otherwise, what is the opposite of it? When there is lack of engagement, what happens? They are not connected to the process. They are not engaged with the quality management efforts of the organization. Right? So in modern quality management efforts, engagement of people considered as one of the main points. Right? Not just the operational staff, engagement of people, all the others. They involved. Likewise, do you want to know any other things here? What we mean by each principle? Since we run short of time, I'm not going to explain everything, but one or two.
The leadership connects with quality.
Which one? The seventh one?
That's the second one. Leadership.
Second one, leadership, of course. As I highlighted earlier, that was an old belief that operating level people should be more responsible for quality because they are engaged in the operations work. But modern concept is that in order to set them the examples, in order to empower them to do the right thing, the commitment should come from the top. Because practically, who are more powerful? Who are more powerful in making management decisions, making changes, improvement? Top management. And the middle, then the middle and the lower management. So it has to come from the top. And under their leadership, guidance, operational level staff can do practically incorporate the quality management effort into operations. That is true, but it has to come from the leadership. In fact, the latest quality management approach that we call TQ, not latest, but during the last 1980s onwards, TQV. In TQV, they believe there are many principles, techniques to practice TQV. One of the main things they highlight is to practice all of those. Top management commitment is a must. So that shows the importance of leadership. Top management commitment. That is clear. So for example, now in a Sri Lankan company like MAS, they have already implemented TQA, and they are considered as one of the main success cases in Sri Lanka. And if you think for a while, how they have implemented it and how they have been able to get the results, that is mainly because of their leadership. Under the guidance of top management, quality management team has been given a more power. And they have given the support to design new quality management programs and initiatives. With such leadership, they have been able to practice. This just like the marketing. To make changes, keep introducing changes, they need to get the support from top management. So it is relevant to any industry. Leadership. Most of all, the first one, customer focus. That is exactly the marketing approach. Focusing on customers. Identifying customer needs and wants. Define your product quality based on customers' requirements and wants. is number one. That is true for Toyota too. Walmart. In all industry. Because it is not happening automatically. We have to put time. Thank you for that question. Anyway, any other points on other principles? You know what? Sometimes in most of the industries, managers coming from accounting background, accounting professionals and all, they are more powerful. They become the financial officers and the managing directors, chairman. Right? Even prior to that, as accountants, even they are given the responsibilities to contribute to quality management systems of organizations. I have seen some cases they have been appointed to a team that they are working together to get the ISO accreditation. So, as accountants, you may be supposed to work there, help a company to improve the quality management system and get the ISO accreditation. So, good if you know a little more details about it. Quality management is a totally different field that is connected to our own field, whether you are in accounting or operations of planning. Any questions? Very valid question, a very important question. In relationship management, there is one main principle here, although that is the last one mentioned here, is considered very important in today's quality management effort. The question is, under relationship management, does it cover only the internal relationships, like the coordination we described within the department or within the organization, interdepartmental relationships, or beyond? What do you think? The question is very good because nowadays they talk not only about the internal departmental coordination, the importance of managing proper relationships with suppliers, the supply chain, supply network, building and maintaining long-term relationships with your suppliers, especially with the in terms of quality and all long-term relationships. Not only that, to the market side also. Wholesalers, retailers, and then of course competitive industry, especially after sales. After sales services can contribute tremendously for enhancing the quality. Give an example now. The best mobile devices available in the market, that is iPhones. Right? In addition to their design, the latest features and the latest technology they use, latest apps and all, their after sales services is recognized as one of the basics. Whatever the customer complaints, repair required, and even after, they have these product upgrade options, also upsell. I don't use iPhone, but those who are using, you may know better than me. So options like whenever the new model is introduced, they can upgrade their versions to the latest with some additional cost too. How it happens? Hello? Upgrading with little additional cost. Right? There's no additional cost. So still after sales services are maintenance, especially for durable products like AC, television, refrigerators. So market relationships are very important there. Showrooms, maintaining showrooms, after sales, handling customer complaints and all, very important. So yes, not only within the organization relationships, but beyond that, to the supplier side as well as to the market side, relationship side for the. If that is relevant for you and your business, take it. Maybe you as accountants, you will get the opportunities to use this knowledge. Clear? Clear. I think with this slide, the few slides we can come. We were here. So, what are the benefits of having QMS? There are many benefits. These two are highlighted everywhere. When a proper QMS is designed and implemented, they can effectively meet customer requirements. And on the other side, they will be able, a firm will be able to meet other organizations' requirements also, because there can be regulatory requirements that is to comply with. They will be able to easily. In addition to that, these specific advantages would also be there. They will be able to define, improve and control the processes. They will be able to reduce wastage. They will be able to prevent mistakes, defectives. They will be able to lower the cost as well. They will be able to identify and facilitate training opportunities, engaging staff, setting organization-wide direction, so that everyone knows what to do to enhance quality, and communicate a readiness to produce consistent results. Likewise, there are many advantages they highlight. This would be the last slide that I will discuss today. That in a way shows us key benefits of quality management. Right? So when the quality is improved, that may have many advantages. Some of them are affecting on the cost side of the business. Some others are affecting on the revenue side. Very simple illustration here, right? Practical situation would be more complicated. Just to be aware, when the quality is improved, a firm will be able to reduce cost of detecting errors, because they are anyway producing good quality products. They will be able to reduce the cost of compensating customers, because their products are of good quality. They will be able to reduce cost of rectifying errors. Reworking it can be reduced, and that will improve the productivity. That will reduce the capital requirements, capital costs. There will be economies of scale advantages that contribute together to reduce operating costs, and that will have an impact on the profit. We call them cost aspects. As accounting professionals and finance, you may be interested in how to reduce cost. So quality improvements can reduce cost. On the other side, when the quality is improved, there are many revenue effects, like there will be increased brand image. Product quality is improved, customers inform better perceptions. Product image. They will be able to expedite the customer response rate, enhance customer response time and customer response rate. Response time, that means the time gap between order placement and delivery. By improving quality, they will be able to expedite. That would result in increased customer service. That would directly impact on increased sales volume. Right? Likewise, there will be reduced price competition. Price competition? Competing based on prices. They don't have to do so, because they can compete based on quality. That would increase the revenue, and again that would have a positive impact on profitability. Finally, the per performance, revenue, profits will be through quality. So that is why any organization Any industry, whether manufacturing or service, they are supposed to work on quality management. Any operations management, that is our area, that has a responsibility, but mainly the responsibility is in the hands of quality management professional. But they cannot manage it alone. Next week we will probably not next week after next, because next week I won't be able to come. We will discuss how different quality management techniques have been evolved. Right, from history to TQM and beyond. I hope you learn something. Take care of you week after next.